Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I'm kind of curious what got you into music. Like, what was the first maybe song or artist you heard that really piqued your
Oh,
interest?
okay, well, I'm going to skip to that as fast as I can. A lot of my relatives were musicians. I go to family reunions. Everybody you had to do something. You had to act, or there were stages at my family reunions, and everybody would play an instrument or act or something. Or you'd have to do a comedy bit. And then I turned about 13, and I wanted to play an instrument. So my family got in the 50s, everybody got accordions. In the late 50s, everybody got those Magnus chord organs.
Right.
Then you
Yeah.
don't know what I'm talking about, or do you?
No, no, I do. You're talking about the ones you can easily, instead of hitting keys, they're like
Yeah, they had a
circles that
chord
you hit.
button. But what
Right.
they sounded like is if you ran an accordion through a vacuum cleaner, they sounded
Right.
kind of churchy, but other than that, they were horrendous. They were not much, but I learned to play that, and then I learned to play guitar. My older sister bought a acoustic guitar from like Woolworths.
Yeah.
No, that was an old, before Walmart, Woolworths. And
Right.
she was going to be the next big folk singer, and she never learned how to play it. So I bought it from her for like $5 and played that thing for years until I wore it out. And then when
That's
I was
awesome.
about 17, I think it was, my parents got me an electric guitar for Christmas because that's what they're big for. But they didn't know an electric guitar needed an amplifier. So I had to buy my amplifier separate. But I kind of evolved. And after I got my electric guitar and a nice little amp, I had like a Stratocaster clone, the solid body electric.
Right.
And I had a Jimi Hendrix fuzz tone, and I had a Kalamazoo amp, about 25 watts, and that wasn't bad. That was a pretty good setup. I formed my first band, The Scream of the Butterfly, using it, and we had a drummer who was pretty good, and but the other guitar player wasn't very good, and then we had saxophone and trombone. Big
There you go.
blood, sweat, and tears were big back then, and in place we didn't have a bass player, so we substituted in the trombone for bass. We had a pretty sexy sounding Pink Panther we'd do. We'd do Pink Panther on the saxophone, and then the drum beat was the old stripper thing,
Yeah.
that sounded pretty
Uh,
sexy instead of this weird, which I liked.